Okay, this is a very short video. I will be uploading a more in-depth video on this. Uh, this is a curse working, so I have a black puppet doll. So I'm not saying for you to copy me. This is really to show the client and explain a little bit to the client what I've been doing with regards to his case. I could send it privately, but I think there's a bit of information there for people who want to get into psychic vampirism. So, by no means am I saying to copy this working. I think you should research first. Do your research. There's a wealth of information out there. Do your research before you try anything. So, this doll has been baptized in the target's name. I can't say too much on the situation, but basically, the client is a very decent man. There's a female involved, and she's been manipulated by another male. And basically, he's disrespecting her and doing things that are outrageous to this woman. He's feeding her drugs and stuff. So what we're going to do is, before we actually put the curse on him, I'm going to drain him. I'm actually using the photograph, but I don't need photographs. I can just use my mental image of the person, and astrally I can attach. You can have your astral arms, you can have tendrils, hooks, and drain him that way. Or you can just, like, let's say this is the photograph. So I could just put my left hand over the photograph, or you could use your dominant hand. People are different. They vary on what hand to use and stuff, but at the end of the day, it works, whatever hand you're using. So what I'll do is, for instance, I could do it this way. Let's say this is his photograph, and I will be using his photograph. And what I'll be doing is, I'll be putting my dominant hand actually on it, and I'll be pulling out his energy and taking it for myself. But the thing is, with regards to this, you need a filter. You need to filter it, because at the end of the day, this guy is, he needs psychiatric treatment, because he's crazy. He's not right in the head, and I don't want to take on those attributes, if that's the right word. So I have a filtering system, and that needs to be addressed in another video where I have more time. You can't just I can't just take on all of his energy, because some of his energy is going to be murky and dirty, and I don't want it in my body. But I will take what I can feed on, feed on, and what's useful for me. I try not to do this too late at night, because, well, I do like to do it when he's sleeping, and I do sit up at night to be, quite late, depending on what jobs I'm doing. Because it leaves me very, very wired, and it's difficult for me to wind down, if that makes sense, because I've got all the energy, and I just want to, clean the house and go crazy. But anyway, so like I say, I use my hand, or if it's in my head and I'm thinking of my enemy, I will use a hook, and I will visualize a hook that goes out and attaches onto the enemy, and I will drain all the good energy up that hook and into me, and then I detach the hook, if that makes sense. It sounds probably pretty bizarre, but believe me, this is a very effective way of taking on energy. You can also, it's not just negative, you can also heal people this way by giving energy. So you're actually, you're working with your both hands, so you're giving energy and you're taking energy, so it works both ways. So it's not just a bad thing. But by doing this frequently, you're keeping yourself in good shape. It's really good for the mind. I find it's very good for the health as well. But getting back to this, so what I have planned for this guy, this doll is also stuffed with some ghastly bits and pieces. There's rotten meat inside this, and what I'll be doing is, I'll be making a little puppet for the female as well, and I will be putting the two of these in a jar together because we want to break them apart. But the client doesn't want anything that's going to make him physically hurt her, if that makes sense. So, I'm going to have to be very careful when I build that jar up. But we're going to drain him for a period of time as well, because that will make him weak before I actually do a working on him to really push him. So I'm thinking in and around 10 days to maybe 2 weeks to drain him down, to take him down energy wise, and then, do some sort of very, very heavy curse, because at that point, like I said, his defenses will be down. And it's really good to use psychic vampirism, like I've mentioned, when the target is asleep, because they're more open to suggestion and they don't really feel it, if that makes sense. So that's really I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should really be addressing here. Also, yeah, what I'll do is at the end of the 2 weeks or 10 days, I'm not sure how long, to be honest with you, is whenever his defenses are down, I'll be doing a curse, and I will also be building up negative energy, a ball of negative energy, and I will be pushing that towards him, so he will feel that. And then we've got all the little jar workings and stuff on top of that. So, it's all very layered. I'm a big believer in layered work, not just one little sour jar to do things. I think you really need to, if you have a problem, I think you need to hit it from so many different angles to make that spell successful, instead of going back and forth with sour jars, vinegar jars, and that. I think by bringing in different spirits as well, and to attacking it from different angles, I think that's the way to go. I always say there's many ways to obtain a result. So attacking them via, psychic vampirism is a very, very good way. And bear in mind, it's also good to heal as well. So I could probably do a video on healing. I'm going to do one on self-defense as well. Holy Death is the one that's going to be called, because I find that she's very good, and she will have no sympathy for him. She's the goddess, and she will have no sympathy for this excuse of a man. She will really, she will be harsh on him, and he deserves to be. He's in that predicament because of his choices in life. So, like I said, what I will do is I'll take the photograph, and I'll use my dominant hand, and I'll take his energy, all the good energy, and I'll keep just taking it every night for a set amount of time. I'll do it for about 10 minutes, and I visualize gold energy coming up my arm. That's how I do it. It's all visualization. And after that, I will push a ton of blackness towards him. And then we have the jar work as well, which will be good. And yeah, let me see. So there's a breakup for them, and I'm thinking maybe another little working on him. I'm thinking another breakup, another little doll for him at the end of the 2 weeks, and maybe take it to the crossroads or to the graveyard. I'm going to think about that one, because I want that one to be very special, if you know what I mean. So if anyone's interested, need more information, I will try my best to get back to you really soon. Please bear with me with videos. I'm clearing up my last few videos, so please bear in mind I'm a few weeks behind with videos, so I will get back to you if you're waiting on one. I have your names all listed, so I will be getting back to you very soon. I'm in the middle of a change of channel route, if that makes sense, and just getting everything organized. But everything's coming together really, really well. So thanks to all the subscribers. Thanks for interest. I try my best to put out things that are different, because I find that there's a lot of repetitive stuff at the minute on YouTube, and it was getting to be like that on my channel as well. So, when I do curses and stuff, I want to give you more information about how to make those curses successful. But like I said at the beginning of the video, please try and do your own research first. And if you want to ask me anything, please feel free to come back to me. So yeah, I'm going to be working on this for a while, and we can see how it goes. This guy deserves it, deserves everything that's coming his way. So I look forward to the results of this one. houseofmagick@gmail.com